Dr. Pepper commercials or whatever if he wasn't up there going, I'm hard and I'm this and that. I'm Dr. Dre.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that
hell, Chrysler wouldn't let him have the Dre system in the 300s.
If he wasn't a gangster?
If he wasn't hard. Let me tell you what's hard is fighting the New World Order. What's hard is getting people not to abort their babies. What's hard is telling the truth and going up against the system, not acting like you're a thug. Makes me sick.
And going along with the system.
Yeah.
A real thug wouldn't go with the system.
Makes me want to throw up, I tell you right now. Mike, great story. Thanks for sharing it. Yeah, I just hate drugs. Well, listen, Rob Dew was in a store. I think it was Rob Dew told me about it. I saw the report they did. And they have Who's the Meth Dealer, Breaking Bad, #1 show for a while. Yeah, I never really watched it. And they had he's a meth dealer toy for kids, and he has meth in his suitcase. So the kids go and buy it, and then, they go out and imagine they're a meth dealer.
Wow. I heard about the show, but I wouldn't watch it. I'm like...
I wouldn't either because I knew, and of course, it made meth get even more popular.
Absolutely. They show a guy that breaks bad and everybody accepts it. And he gets, I think that show got so many awards that it was crazy. But that's the same thing that happened with me with Superfly. I see a guy that just like me, who's down on his luck and things are not going well for him, and cocaine makes everything right for him.
Unbelievable. That lunch here in just a minute. We're almost over. Mark in Texas, got to move quick. Former cop. Go ahead.
It's an honor speaking to both of you guys. I just think I was a correctional officer at DDPJ, and I'll tell you this. I found there was, among a lot of the inmates, there was more honor than among the officers, either officers in the street or officers in the prison. I understand now as far as the CIA goes why JFK said he wanted to break the CIA into 1,000 pieces, and this probably was in his life, too. I saw that movie with Kill the Messenger, and it almost made me cry, man. I have to keep from crying, knowing that it's going on. It's my government, the government we pay our taxes to is actually carrying these things out. And I heard about this back in the 80s. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't believe it. I didn't think something this evil could be going on, but unfortunately it is. And it's up to us to get together, and it has nothing to do with black, white,
exactly,
Spanish, brown. It's just that it's us versus them. The good people against a small percentage of people that has hijacked our government.
We got to explain to young people, when the kids tell you use drugs and it's cool, you got to understand it's all a trap to legalize slavery and put you in a hole. Don't use illegal drugs ever.
For no reason.
Winning is staying out of the system. And the government is so criminal now. Hey, if you don't do it, make your own decision. You don't want to pay taxes. You want to be successful. You want to do stuff, whatever. That's your issue. It is time to withdraw our support from the system. I'm not advising folks to be, do that. Just do what you got to do. But there are ways to really be counter to this evil culture where you can actually be a rebel. Don't be the fake rebel they tell you to be, is what I'm getting at.
Right. The false rebel. Well, you think you're a rebel, but you're really playing right into the system.
Exactly. The system's telling you to be this false rebel, wear a hip-hop uniform, so the cops have been trained to go after you.
Yeah. You're almost turning yourself in. When I look back at it, I almost turned myself into a slave. That's what I did. Turn myself into a slave.
Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last. Thank you, Mark. Last caller, got about a minute. Dean in Colorado, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. I just wanted to ask Rick if he had thought about following Rick Ross across the country when he's having concert dates and set up outside the venues.
We could make a documentary about you, or somebody could do it where we follow you around where you're trying to get your identity back. And I'm telling you, it'd be a huge hit. I want to do that.
Okay, let's do it. Well, my main thing has just been finances, just trying to...
we can do it, but I'd want to hire a cinnamon talk. We got a great crew here, but I'm telling you, a movie like that, Rick, like trying to get your identity back from a guy that stole your identity.
Right.
And say you couldn't get it in court, so now you're going to...
Go to the streets? Oh, that would be dope. I'm with it. Let's do it.
I just thought of the name. I'm not going to say it on air.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Dean, that's a great last caller. That was meant to happen.
Thank you, Dean.
Here's my problem. I get these ideas all the time. They're always successful. Problem is I got to do it, though. Okay. And the problem is I try to do too much, too many irons in the fire. But, hey, let's get you some lunch. Let's do another interview. And then you're going to speak to some high schoolers tomorrow, and you're going to come back. Maybe Friday, come back down, we'll hang out.
All right. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. I enjoyed the show.
All right, man. You got
Austin, Texas.
You bet. The Real Rick Ross. I'm therealrickross.com. Stay with us.
For all our loyal listeners, it's time for another giveaway. Over the next 30 days, our friends at SupernaturalSilver.com are giving away 6 16-ounce Supernatural Silver liquid valued at nearly $100 per bottle, or their skin and body gel priced at $49.98. All you have to do is enter and win at GCNlive.com. Hurry,
Use your way. This new technology is hundreds of times more effective.